All right, let's do this. Lots to go over, lots to do today. Straight to it. I think I got everybody's stuff changed over. Looks good. Greetings and salutations.
Hail.
Yo,
Hello.
I'm hailing, I'm traveling, I'm having an excellent time.
Greetings.
Okay,
Very good.
who wants to hit him with the recap?
nice.
Cool. I like how everybody
Awesome.
said, yeah, I'll do it. And then you guys talked about who was going to do it, and then you guys decided on it. That was great.
Sorry about that. My father came to my door. I can do the recap.
Okay. Go ahead.
Last time on Ages and Ages, we went back to the tree. Then I think we might have rested. Then we began walking around a bit. We were gonna head back to where we found the lots of spores and all that. But then we found out at that mural that we tried to walk into, we now actually can walk into it because it now is a staircase, and these stairs go down. So then we went down there. We found some cool places. We then continuously beat our heads against the wall trying to figure out a puzzle. And afterwards, we figured out we needed seeds. We went and got some seeds. And then a portal opened, and then we found this hidden laboratory thingy. And we pretty much lost Aurora at that point because she just kept on reading stuff and was, not responding. And later with that, we eventually heard a scream. Jinzo checked it out and figured out that, it was a fiend. But we could not see the fiend. And then I began looking for it, and I saw something that was in a cage. I took a step of faith, and then turns out I am apparently special because I can walk on air. And then I walked over to the cage and found a demon there. We then had struggled to talk to it, but then eventually Jinzo was able to understand it. And that's about where we left off with. Actually, no, the demon wants to be free. Called itself I think it called itself the son of the wizard who built this place. And yeah, now Jin's is looking for the key, and everyone else is doing more important stuff than trying to release a demon.
Okay, so now that we're actually on the next session on being able to dedicate to this fucking place, there is a lot to do here. So we're gonna go ahead and get just straight into it. Get me advanced notes open.
Oh shit, he's getting these advanced notes out.
Okay. Should keep track of this, I think. This Okay. All right. So, first things first. I guess we'll start with what is it that you guys would like to do here. Um, for a list of things you can do, you can research almost anything that was in the purview of this place. You can investigate spells and stuff like that. You could obviously search for the demon's key if you'd like. You can also let's see here.
I was hoping to research spellbooks.
Yeah, hold on. There's a lot.
It's a lot, yeah.
Okay. So here's a list of just some stuff that you can do that are key plot points, but that doesn't mean these are the only things you can do. You can research anything you'd like, investigate spells, search for the demon's key. You can explore the Nexus. You can delve into the past, or you can activate continues. So first thing I need is Arcana checks trained from the party at this time.
Alrighty.
Okay.
I think that's all of them.
Trying to find some.
We just hear, like, the Sephiroth theme, and we're like, oh no.
We begin hearing moment.
No, not that one. That one's been getting lately. Let's do.
Yeah, there's map ambiance, isn't there?
Yeah, there we go. All right. Aurora and Connie. All right, that's good enough that I can at least explain what you're looking at here. So, researching, you can research pretty much any subject here, as the Library of Tyr is connected to other places. Because remember that you're kind of in a pocket dimension. Kind of give you an idea of what's going on. It's strange, ethereal, but you think that you're in a space created magically. Which, for those of you that are foreigners, is something that you've heard about. For those of you that are not foreigners, it is a completely foreign concept. You have no idea even what that is, or how to visualize that, really. You can investigate spells, so learn new spells. You can even learn secret spells, like you can search for the demon's key. The Nexus refers to the connective portal Nexus that is found throughout Corvanus. So that's something that you can really explore. You can delve into the past, which what that means is that you can activate the memories that is within this place, similar to the one that you just entered earlier. And finally, you can activate contingencies. There are several strange, we'll call them projects. There are projects that are still yet to be activated, or they are contingency plans created by Tyr for some unknown purpose. You can investigate those and activate them if you wish. So, the question is, what is it that you want to do?
Ooh.
Damn. Hmm.
Guys, I'm seeing a lot of buttons.
There are a lot of buttons in here. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Get him out. Get him out.
I'm actually quite curious about what the contingencies are myself.
Yep.
So many buttons.
Investigating, not activating, I hope. Who knows? That could be something that help.
Or both.
Slams.
Ugh.
Slams faces the keyboard. Slam
This
all
one just
button
says
buttons.
kickflip. What does it do? Flips the
Okay,
continent.
so all right. So what do we want? What do we want to research like individually?
I will want to get a sort of okay, so for the going into the past part, is that like delving into memories similar to what we just did
Yes.
with the Hydra? So it will be like going through trials again, like sort of like that.
We would be reliving them probably.
If the memory calls for a trial, then yes.
Oh, I see.
But Rathio is not doing anything until he gets the vault open.
Oh yeah, there was also that.
The treasure.
Rapping.
Part of me wants to research secret spells or potential, I don't know, subclasses, prestige classes, if there's anything like that in here. I have no idea.
Okay, so for all I'm assuming for all the big ticket items on the list, do we need to get unanimously choose some of that, or can we just pick and choose between us?
Well, I mean, it's basically the people with Arcana checks get to decide what happens because they're the only ones that can access anything in here.
Oh, I see.
Ah, I see.
Uh-huh.
So it kind of comes down to a group decision because you can't really split.
Yeah. Alright. Alright, well, what do you guys want to do? We are your key.
Decisions I'm okay with, like my top 3 decisions and how that would be. God, I think what would it be? It would be contingencies, the Nexus, and the Demon Key.
Alright.
Pretty much the same for me with that same like list of priorities.
Not having enough vault in those priorities.
Vault.
What? Okay, I'll write this shit down. What did you want to do now? Contingencies.
Contingencies, the Nexus, portal, and all that. Or just the Nexus, and think the Demon Key, or key to the demon.
Alright. Big key. Lilith wanted to do
Research in general. But yeah, like magic research.
research, spell upgrades,
Mhm.
etc. We was at the vault. Anything for you guys? Oh, you also got the memories. I might want to also look into that. And then I might also want to do, I don't know, if there's any secret paladin spells. I don't fucking know.
Paladin
Weird.
spells.
Paladin spells. Okay, is this also a safe enough space for us to retrain? That is the thing that we can do here.
Again, did you ask if you could retrain in here?
Like, is this a safe enough space to retrain?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. All right. Retraining is also up there. I say as I look at my non-apotheosis. Bruh. Like that. Alright, someone else speak. Alright, retraining.
Roll Arcana before you retrain to open the vault, and then you can retrain.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Alright. Deher, did you have any stuff that you wanted to do?
I just wanted to research the demon.
Demon?
Anything I find about this 0705 person.
Demon research.
You know.
For starting.
Yeah. And then I think I'd also like to look into how hard would it be to come across some books pertaining to flesh crime stuff.
That sounds
Okay.
like meta.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, okay. I asked that wrong.
okay.
What? Yeah. No. All right. I also wanted to look. I wanted to look into flash crime stuff, but instead of, yeah. Okay. Ignore my question. Sorry, I don't know. My brain's going off at 1,000 miles an hour.
The only thing I think we know about that is that Tyr made crimes. I don't think you know specifically about flesh crimes, but like the lost crime, the mouth crime,
Yeah.
the market crime.
Oh, yeah. Like along the lines of that. Sorry, I didn't. I used the word flesh crime. Yeah. So crimes. There you go.
Crimes against nature.
Ooh, what a bit.
I love you, Sping.
Thanks, man. Love you too. All right. Yeah. So that's basically what we want to do now. How much time do you want to allocate ourselves to doing this?
Well, if I can load the sending spell, I could probably send a message to the guy being like, okay, we're not dead. We're like so deep in it at this point, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Whoa,
absolutely.
maybe.
You
Okay.
know,
So, in terms of like a general consensus, it sounds like it's between like contingencies, spells, and the key.
and keys. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have
But-
all the keys though.
We
Yeah,
got a bunch of
before.
keys.
I mean, I did say I went around collecting all the keys I could find.
Okay.
Also, do I still have that Corvanus book? Like the one that's like a translator or like a language speaker book? If I could learn how to speak. My
Huh?
Calcutesh is actually terrible.
Oh, yeah.
I speak
Wait,
like
can we-
caveman.
Can we teach ourselves Calcat?
It's a language.
So you can learn.
You-
You can learn all kinds of languages here.
Oh, dude.
Like,
It's like 30 days.
so the question is, I guess, how much time do you want to spend here, and how much food do you got?
Well, if some of us took the food creating spells, like
We have good
like-
there.
I took Goodberry. Like I learned Goodberry last time we were here.
yeah,
Well, then there you go.
yeah.
That we could
I've
stay
also
for
got-
as long as we need.
Let's.
I've also got
Okay.
great food and water.
Yeah.
as well.
Well, yours would probably be better than Goodberry. just a pile of food and water just flows off into the aether. Wait, no, we need that.
I remember the Hero's Feast spell. That's always a cool one that I've seen before.
That's
Yeah,
way below
that's
our
sick.
pay grade.
Okay, so do we want to, with the I don't know. I think we need to just pick one of these, and then just decide how much time we're dedicating to it.
Well, the words. Okay, so I'm gonna make an assumption here. Some of these probably
Careful.
take longer than everything else, right? Or take longer than others. Let's
I
get
think-
the not so big ticket items out of the way. Like
like the
I don't
vault,
know,
and,
yeah.
and
Well,
probably like learning
okay.
spells.
I have a
Okay,
feeling
well,
that
the vault might be like the biggest. It might be a big ticket here. I don't know. There might be
Well-
some like fucking Jesus loot in there or something.
Well,
also
what
I
will
feel like
say-
if we mess with the contingencies, we're going to do something that may force us out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
So
save
maybe
that for
do
last.
things that are a lot softer first before we jump into like the deep end.
Well, also, it's just like, if we look for the demon key, that is one specific thing we're looking for, and all that.
Well,
and all
we
that.
have the
For
keys.
contingencies, we don't know how many. We don't know, like, how many contingencies are there, and all that. It's also about, like, number of things.
Alright, Demon King.
But yeah. If you want to do spells first, I think that is a good bet.
I also just had a thought. Could I try to research making a space like this for myself? Or is that way beyond me?
I mean, it's a much higher level spell than you are capable of casting. Yes.
Okay, cool. Q.
Spell research.
I say that if there's any more spells, then, like, the casters want to know, that we get this out of the way.
I think retraining's a good start as well,
hmm
in case people need to
Yeah. Also.
Yeah.
remake stuff.
If Aurora's retraining out of smithing kits, then then Bongo could retrain out of healers into smithing.
And I'm probably gonna train out of my trick for the healer's kit, and train into the trick for the studded leather armor to get that ball rolling.
Okay.
Alright. Are we all thinking about retraining stuff? Or is it just me and
I
my
think-
boy?
Wait, did you? This, I'm laughing because it's like three of us just said we wanted to retrain.
Yes.
I meant that. Okay, well, I don't know. Other people aren't. I don't know. Okay,
I know.
okay, but I feel like we should get that out of the way first, and then do everything else.
Okay.
Honey, you have that studded leather armor in that in your chest, right?
Yeah, in my chest. Jesus.
Shut up.
I'll whip it out.
Comes over and looks at your chest.
Oh, thanks,
Dog.
The one at the end of your maze. What are you talking? The mall. What are you talking about?
Arcadum, I would like to retrain Bongo's proficiency for healer's kit into smithing.
Can I train out of knowing Corvin?
You know-
please, so I don't have to hear this conversation.
You know, the thing to me, right, it's kind of weird, is, here, guys, here's this thing where you can do something that many other groups won't ever be able to do.
man.
Yeah, I want to retrain and talk about my penis. Like, all right, cool.
Uh-huh. Yep.
I promise we're getting to that.
It's just
Oh,
some things never
We're
change.
so. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
We're so. I feel like I'm so scared of picking something, and then it's like, that's it. You've locked in. I'm so scared.
Okay.
Yeah, like
So-
vampire or crewmancer.
Please go to notes and type out your retraining, please.
I think that's
If
all
they
we
are
can do.
if they are retraining, can Rathu do anything alone, or is it better to just join retraining then?
I mean. Oh wait. I don't know how long it's going to take to retrain stuff. We'll find out in a bit.
I think it's 5 days for a feat.
5 days for a feat. Oh, that's fine.
But Apotheosis, bro.
Okay, I know I said I was gonna get Apotheosis, but I would look through Silverguard again. And I need to have a Paladin class feat to get like the full use of it.
Well, if you
So
don't
what
they
you do
require casting for that, and you have like 6 base exposure.
Okay, so smithing kit to scribes kit, retrain volley style to 2-weapon fighting, and retrain healer's kit to smithing kit. Got it. What about the rest of you?
Oh, you know what? I can make do without having it. That's fine. Oh, all right. That's fine. All right.
You're going to blow up, and I'm going to laugh.
I know.
Can Rathri try to investigate the vault? Is it feasible without Arcana? Is basically the question.
Say again?
Can Rathu investigate the vault without Arcana? Is it feasible at all?
Yeah, you can use investigation, but Arcana is basically going to be what activates anything.
Yeah, so I should just retrain, I guess. Can't really do anything else. I guess can I research poisons?
Yeah, that's investigation.
That works on undead, yeah. Do I have to be trained? Because I'm not trained.
Then no.
No? Then
Retrain into investigation or Arcana.
I will have to join the training.
Okay.
That's if you have something you want to retrain.
Yeah, I have, but I can do it when we get prestige classes and stuff. But I will do some now, I guess.
Okay, so since you have good berry, and this place doesn't cost any exposure, you can basically be here however long that you want. So, for all those retrainings, the longest one is 5 days, so I'm just going to put down 5 days.
Mm-hmm.
At the very least, yes.
What about proficiency?
I guess skill focus will take a long time proficiency.
Are you switching out only proficiency?
And focus.
Okay, that'll take 7 days.
Yeah. I can't really do anything else, so that's fine.
So we're up to 7 days past.
So, how long does it take to learn a language?
20 days.
Alright, let's not do that one at the moment.
No,
just hold on to
let's.
that book.
We all stay in here for 20 days.
Okay,
Come
so-
on, one language smarter.
So I'm just going to move 7 days ahead.
Mm-hmm.
You do all your retraining, so make those changes now.
Alright.
Mostly I'm just moving us ahead because I don't want you to.
No.
I want the time to be
Yeah.
efficiently used.
Yes.
Then, Connie, can I have that side of leather armor then?
I will give
And
you
then-
the set of leather.
Do you know if that was the one of the Basilisk ones, or is that just regular?
I thought the best
Basilisk
ones
one.
was scale mail, some of that.
No,
No.
they were all studded.
Yep.
All three of them.
All right, let
And
me.
I think
How do I give this? Send to player. Oh, cool.
also, here we go.
All right. You're gonna want to change the weight on that item.
Hey, Bongo, you might want to change your character, because I could only send stuff to Cleveland.
Oh, right. User configuration, release character, Bongo Shredtor, save configuration.
magic.
There we go.
Lesser divine.
Hugo, you can have my smithing kit.
Deny.
No.
Who wants Mongo's Healer's Kit? It's full.
Can always put it in the box.
Mine's at 4 charges, so I'll take it.
Alright. Dak and Khan. Send item.
Oh my god, most of my weight is the alchemy kit.
Yep.
That's a lot of stuff. And rations.
Yeah, how's that vigor?
-1.
Nice.
It could have been minus a lot if I put my 5 into con.
Your carry weight's like 70 pounds.
I can carry 70 pounds.
Too fucking right, mate.
And most of it is me.
Mage.
Um,
Alright.
okay, so we've spent...
You have spent 7 days retraining.
Yes.
Now,
Would you like to do anything in Tyr's laboratory?
Yes.
Okay.
yes. Could I, So you said most of the stuff was investigation or,
Arcana.
which are two things I'm good at.
Investigation finds it, Arcana activates it.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. Are there any... part of me wants to be like, are there any spare spell books in here?
Yes.
Connie, I'm gonna send you my splint mail to put in your test because it's a little overweight.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Can I find and identify, like, if there are any masterwork ones?
Yes.
Sweet. I would like to, if we in agreement, to do that. Why'd I say that, like,
To-
agree with me?
To do what?
To, what? Oh, sorry, brain not braining.
Do you want to upgrade your spell?
Yes, I would like to upgrade my spellbook.
Okay. So upgrading your spellbook is different from using the spellbooks that are here. So, learning spells from them is fine. Taking them outside, not a good idea, as they have so much constant exposure that you'll fucking explode as soon as you walk outside.
Excellent. That would be good to know beforehand, as
That's
this walks outside and melts.
Well, yeah, so that's the reason why they're in here.
It's kind of like Dead Zone.
Yeah.
Oh, how much constant exposure is that demon gonna have? Oh no.
Enough that if he walks out that door, probably the church is going to know the moment he steps foot. Yeah.
Anyways, upgrading spellbook.
Upgrading to spellbook. That's what I would like to do.
Okay. How? How would you like to do that?
And maybe look for a new binding, pages, stuff like that. Like the
Okay. Alright. I will get the options for you. What about everyone else? You know what? Here, I'm gonna help you guys. Maybe you guys should talk about what is it you want to know. Like what questions do you want to have answered? I think that would be a very efficient use of your time.
I'd like to know more about the Trials of the Seven, more of like also definitely about the contingencies and stuff like that.
Beast in Black.
My main focus.
Ancients in general, yeah.
No more about the ancients.
Did we know exactly the nature of Tyr's experiments on Corvanus? Or if he... Or if he studied into why the ley lines were kind of screwed. I don't quite remember. Because those are questions I'd like to ask.
I'm going to be typing my questions and eventually putting them in notes.
Alright. I got my questions. There's 5 of them.
All right. I guess we'll start with your spellbook options here. First things first. Oh God, not even. Okay, so spellbook creation materials here are vast and numerous. So in order to make this easier for me, because instead of sitting here and probably spending the entire session going through every option that is actually available to you, what do you want?
Damn, that's a good question.
Or we can do categorical choices. So, for example, choose a nebula. We'll start there.
As in, like, this one? Like, what? Because aren't the nebulas, like,
So,
the petals and all that? Or
yes.
is that too far back? Okay.
Yes, that's what the star maps are, which they will show you that exists here. The reason I'm asking is because there are materials from other worlds that are located here. So depending on what nebula you choose will help me start narrowing down the cat. Yeah, that's where you guys are. Like,
Yeah,
I think you. I don't think it's really sunk in of where the hell you are right now.
Yeah, it has now. Like it is or
that hit. Because which net? Because it would be like, I'm guessing they do like north, south, east, west.
I'm just gonna here. Let me help you.
Okay, thank you.
So you take a look at the star map.
Yay! Anyone who's seen this so far is Bongo.
Okay, see my arrow?
I'll go as PTSD.
Yes.
Okay, these up here are the different nebulae. Okay, so these are the different nebulas, and then the center is Verum, which is the which is where the planet you are currently standing in is. So you can choose any of these, or you can choose the center to get us started.
Far out, buddy. Let's go with Kasaka.
Okay. All right. Within Kasaka, there are several different options for you. So one grouping of materials is very draconic in nature. One grouping of materials seems to be made out of many frozen materials. And one group of materials seems to be made out of iron and steel. So, guess first things first. Do you know how a spell book is made?
Doesn't it have 3 components?
It has 4 components: cover, spine, pages, and adornment.
Okay.
So the cover is your base abilities. The spine determines which category of power it possesses. Pages determine schools of magic. And adornment is the thing that makes it your spell book.
Okay.
So, all right, so for the cover, your cover options are Dragon Scale, Ice Hide, Steel Fan, and Azure Leather. There is also a very common material, which is Power Flux.
I think I'm drawn to the Ice Hide out of all of those.
Okay. So next is the spine.
Mhm.
Please choose a nebula. It can be the same if you want.
Let's try it. I like how committed I am. Dalios or Dylos.
Okay.
The orange.
Oh.
Alright, so your choice for spine is Voidka, Glowing Embers, Fiend Bone, or Living Item, or Power Flux.
Living item sounds way too interesting to not go for. So that one.
All right, for your pages, please choose a nebula and a school of magic.
Hmm. Let's go Versa, and I think I'm going with Conjuration.
All right, there is Blessed Parchment. There is Weaver's Wheel. Will spelt W-E-A-L. Taladonic Script. Or Power Flux.
I think I'm gonna go with Taladonic Script.
What is your alignment?
It is neutral good.
And then finally your adornment, which can be anything. The adornment is you.
Is something of mine. Okay, cool. Where's my character sheet? I think I might do something alchemical. Like, I might put that... Maybe just a vial of something. The only thing I have in my inventory maybe could be like that blacklight fuel sample that I found from one of those lanterns.
You tell me. What do you want?
No, that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Because it could be anything, right?
The black light fuel sample.
Mm-hmm. There's a little dangling keychain thing.
Okay. One moment, please. I need to calculate tier.
Cool. Hopefully I can take this spellbook out of here and not die.
Yeah, and hopefully tier is spelled correctly.
God damn it, Bongos. Yeah. Which tier? Which one?
Bongo sees the star map and just begins shaking.
Okay, so the base tier of this item is tier 10.
Damn.
Oh, that's
That's high.
So the thing is that Tier's Workshop allows you to make it above your level. Tier's Workshop allows you to have access to all these materials, but you still require the base amount of gold in order to expend, in order to make it.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
And you also require the time in order to do it. Do you... now, a couple of things to keep in mind is that you're a wizard, so you automatically count as having a crafting feat and basically all of the appropriate things like that. But but you have to have all the other parameters. So that means you have to have at least the creation cost to make this, as if you have all of the abilities. So if you have all of the all of the items required, you have a workshop, and you're doing it yourself, then you get to make it for half of its crafting cost. Half of its crafting cost is 12,800 gold.
Yeah, we don't. No, I don't have that.
Wrath, you get that.
Unless we open the vault. What?
It will also cost you with tiers augmentations, it will cost you 75 days to make this item.
Okay. Probably not right now, at least. Although, with all the goddamn maybe I should have gone for more of the common materials.
But think about the power.
Okay, so what else are you guys gonna do? See what else we got?
For 75 days?
No, I'm just
No,
I
don't think we're doing
I'm
that.
generating options.
Okay, sorry.
Maybe we crack that vault open. Let's see what's
Yes.
inside.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
crack it all
Excellent
open.
idea.
Help his ass out.
Finds 12,700 gold.
Dude, that's
Just
exactly
be in
what you
debt
want. No.
to tier for the rest of the fucking campaign.
Let's not be in debt to tier.
So yes.
So yeah, it sounds like we're cracking open the vault.
Okay.
Or at least attempting to.
The vault is easy to find, as it's quite obvious. Arcana checks trained only, please.
I can't do it anymore.
Natural 20!
Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. Excellent.
Get over here.
Mama needs a new spell book.
So Tyr, you presume Tyr at least, has locked this vault in such a way that only those with the knowledge of advanced formulae and critical thinking is able to undo the lock. So, this magical conundrum blocking your access, and considering the fact that you do not have access to any magic that will help you brute force bypass this, Aurora is going to have to figure out these arcane formulae in order to unlock the vault door. This formulae and its cognitive challenge will be represented in this way. Does anybody else have Arcana trained other than Aurora?
Nope.
Okay.
Could I still help out with dispel magic and such?
No.
Or nay? Nay? Okay.
What if we use some time? All retrain into Arcana and then do it? And then retrain back? Wow.
No.
I mean, you can if you want.
Is the snake trained in
No.
Arcana?
Is there any other player character that
No.
is trained in
I don't think so.
Arcana? Okay. In that case, you cannot ask for help.
Okay.
You got this, Queen.
Oh boy. Here we go.
Oh no, my dumb ass is gonna be showing so hard here. It's great.
Okay. We'll start things off. You have several questions that you have to answer. Whether or not you can answer them will dictate whether or not you can open Tyr's vault. To be clear, that you may only get one question wrong. If you get a second one wrong, you are unable to undo the lock.
Okay. Do I know
So-
how many questions?
No.
Okay.
Here we go. First one. Who hired your group?
Oh, that was Mr. Nigel Gallows.
Okay. The ship that you took to get here, what is the full name of its captain?
Damn. I know I have it in notes, but I don't think that's what you're asking me.
Notes count.
Okay, Dolbert Wrath?
Are you sure?
Captain Dolbert Wrath, I think is what it is, but I'm not sure.
That is correct. What is the name of the ship in which he captains?
The Intrepid.
Okay. So far, so good. What is the name of the warlock contact?
That would be Mr. Gibbles.
Mr. What?
Gibbles, I think it was.
Are you sure? I think you should write it out in Foundry.
Okay, one moment. What the hell did I... That one, okay. Alright. No, Foundry, where I've frick did I put Foundry? Over here. I think.
Final answer?
Yes.
Okay. That is incorrect.
Damn.
The warlock contact name is Mr. Gippuls, not
Damn it.
Gibbles.
Okay.
Alrighty, next up we have is... On your journey, you have encountered bird-like creatures that speak with borrowed memories and voices. What are they called?
I believe... Wait a second, where the hell was it? Isn't that... Oh, damn. I don't see it. Hold on. My brain. I think it was like a... damn it, this sucks. A Tetsukoa? Or Kota? My brain.
In this one, I do not require spelling. But say it and then attempt to type it out.
Okay. Well, damn.
In Foundry, please.
Yes. Oh, I suck at this. I think it was like a... like a Tetsukoa or Tetsukoa Koala or something like that. I'm not quite sure. It's been a while.
That is correct. Although it is spelled like this.
Okay. Ah! Okay, I'm good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. As you get to the end of the arcane lock, it seems you have uncovered most of the information that you require in order to undo the arcane tumblers. Bits and pieces of the circle begin to undo themselves, opening wider and wider. However, there is one final security measure on the vault. The magic pulses out through all of you. You feel a strange sensation within your bodies. A warmth burning from inside. Aurora holds up her hands to defend herself as the security measure activates. This arcane formula seems to flow and twist and turn itself, shifting with each moment into new languages and to alternate cultures. This is the equivalent of trying to do math upside down, sideways, while being thrown around the room. However, a mysterious stabilization comes over each of you. You remain focused. Your allies can now help you. And and the limitation of their character is lifted from them, for this question is for the traveler's souls within. Alrighty. Everyone ready?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
The final question required in order to open the vault is this. I will type it on Foundry as well.
Is Noel back? Just making sure.
Yes, I am back.
Good.
Why couldn't Luke be in our party for this?
And the question is, how many of the 7 are there?
Oh.
How many of the 7 are there?
Damn.
Like, have been recognized as like one of the 7, or like?
The question has been typed.
The question has been. We don't have any more context. Oh.
Anybody know which iteration we're in? Or even understand that question?
I have a couple trains of thought, but I'm not exactly sure if it's right or not. Because, to the iteration thing, I don't, because there was that whole book in Sagas and Solace about the different, like, how many, like, people that could have became, like, the 7.
You know, it's funny. I feel like it could be very straightforward. Because
just
the answer,
57.
the answer could literally be interesting. Actually, I just had it could just be a simple answer to that, but I did have the thought of what happened in In what was the campaign? Edge of Twilight, when Effie transcended stuff, there was only one sitting there among the pedestals, and I don't know if that counts as a seven or whatever, but so what do you think?
Wait. I think you're right.
I think our answer.
And if we're
is what
talking of the falling stars, I think only one has truly fallen.
yeah, the
as well.
second is
It
about
depends on how far we want to
Yeah.
go with the question.
Yeah, so I think our three viable answers are 1 because of what we just discussed, 7 just because it's a straightforward answer, or I want to say 28 because I think there have been 4 iterations of the 7.
Yeah.
It's either been 4 or 5 iterations, and that's killing me.
Well, aren't we in the 7th iteration?
No, we're not in the 7th iteration.
Okay.
Definitely not. We're either
No.
in the 6th or the 5th.
I don't know then. All right.
I want to say the
So-
5th, if I remember correctly.
All right, then 35. Well, we should, instead of looking at the numbers, we should look at the explanations behind how we got to those answers and like decide which one of those we want to pick. If we're
And the
gonna go
question.
base. What was that, Knob?
And the question, how many of the 7 are there? Not has there been or anything like that. So I don't know if that changes.
Yeah,
We
are there.
Oh, how many are there? So I think it is 1 then.
Yeah, I think it'll be 1 or 7.
Want to take that gamble? It's a 50-50 at this point.
I'm okay with
Well-
either of those answers. I will not be upset at the outcome.
Yeah, same.
Same here.
Okay.
And- I have no reference.
Her? You got any input?
I don't know, so go for it.
Understood. Are we going with 1?
Okay. I think I want to go with my gut, and it's saying 1, but I'm not 100% certain on that.
We could always
So-
roll a d2.
For 107.
What do you
Yeah.
think? Straightforward or 1 on my esoteric answer?
See, I think 1 might be the answer, but
Mhm.
it could also just be that straightforward. But I feel like 1 is the answer he might be looking for. From how it's
I
actually written.
truthfully don't know between those two answers.
Because it could be. It also, depending if Mytheria is still considered one of the 7, then it could be 2.
Oh, yeah.
But that's
I think our best bet is saying 1.
1. Because I know, I'm pretty sure there's only 1 on not Calcatesh, on Corvallis. But it depends on the age and the reference of this question as well. But
Yeah.
watch it be overthink this to the max, like the damn tree.
Yeah.
So, I think the consensus is 1 with the group.
Yep.
Nope.
All right.
Yep.
We'll lock in
Yep.
1.
One is the new 7.
Shut up.
Oh.
Because it's the R. The R that is the big thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, are there.
That is incorrect.
Damn it.
Understood.
The vault is sealed as its final measure is activated.
Were we close?
I don't think he can answer that.
What else would you like to do?
Damn.
Well,
Too much. Damn.
Research strategies on how to quickly make gold.
I mean, yeah.
Are there stock tip?
Get
are there
rich
stock,
quick.
Like, yeah, like those types of books in here.
The Art of the Deal by Tyr.
The Art of the Deal by Tyr.
Barefoot investor.
Goddamn. All right. That question is gonna bother me so much. Anyway, so we've done the vault. Unfortunately, we know it's gonna be difficult. I wasn't expecting it to be that difficult of a question that I am not fully aware of. Okay. So, researching the contingencies then?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. Finally.
Yeah.
Dot JPEG.
Already an hour and a half in before we got important stuff.
Record time.
Record time.
Okay.
Oh. Well, Button Pusher's Guide to Button Pushing. Right here.
Okay. So. Man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Oh,
like the
God.
muffled microphone. Like,
Is there
Laugh?
just a big red X under the Pale City? No reason.
delete.
Just like a little X on the
Okay,
corner of the
so
page.
as you start to investigate Tyr's contingencies, you find a list of documents written by his own hand.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
All right.
Does he have good calligraphy?
No. His handwriting
It's
is actually pretty poor.
It's like, oh god,
Ah,
like scratchings
Dr.
of a
Mouse.
madman.
Ravings of a madman, perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Also, doctor's notes.
it's like somebody who doesn't have enough time to write everything down.
There's a
Oh,
Rhoda on
shit.
the map too.
There's a what
There
on that?
is.
He's everywhere.
Oh.
He
Okay,
is omnipresent.
so there is a whole lot to go over. Hold on, I'm reviewing. These notes I have to, like, go to a different story arc. So give me a second.
No, that's okay. Just enjoying the world map.
so you guys like jazz?
Oh, and the answer to one of his questions was a mockingbird.
A mockingbird?
I can't believe
Mock,
I
mock,
got
mock,
that
mock,
word.
mockingbird?
Okay,
I would.
here we go. As you begin to read through the text in front of you, this is what you're able to uncover. From what you can read from within Tyr's text, Wait, does anybody here have the Warlock Power Eyes that lets you read anything?
No.
Okay. Want to double check. As you begin to read through, you can see that there are several markings on a map that looks to be of Corvinus, much like this one. However, there are also several notations, and the map itself appears to be much older. In fact, the cities are not on it. Only the raw geographical data appears to be on the map that you're looking at, so it's not actually this one. Okay. What I'm about to read is going to be through Tyr's voice, meaning that you're just reading what he's written. So it'll be acted out somewhat. Are you ready?
As I'll ever be.
Ready as I'll ever be,
Yes.
boss.
Are your note-taking hands ready?
Maybe. Let's do this.
Getting them notes.
Okay. And so you begin to read. Project 5. Initial calculations seem to be somewhat incoherent. The mana within this continent seems to have itself to flow too wildly. Must make aberrant modifications. To prepare the land for the experiment, I will need to implement several stratagems. First, I must acquire fresh humans, ones who have not been tainted by other ideologies. Second, I shall have to create for them a creative myth that put together shall allow their specific ideologies to cultivate what is required. I shall then need to introduce several factors in order to test the ambitious natures of those individuals. Perhaps, if we are able to maintain a cognitive dissonance of this source of ambition, we may be able to coax the orange out of the prism. On its failure, at the very least, I shall be able to progress my research on the crimes. There's a few skips, as there are other pieces written in other languages, and some of the pages seem older or younger than some of the other older pages. You believe that you're getting a chronological representation of Tyr's experiments, although there are gaps in them. Update. The experiment seems to be progressing. The people that I have procured are calling themselves the Antvanti. Ironic. The Taladonic word means something quite different than they believe that it does. But I also think, to a certain extent, naming themselves Fuel is quite humorous, had I the capacity for such things. The spirits that I have supplanted, take the place of their creation myth, have settled in nicely. Their faith keeps the energies of these pragmatic elements continuous. However, the fiend seems to be somewhat unruly. another jump. The spirits have supplanted themselves within different places. Oddly, they've appeared to remain cooperative despite being of differing and opposing forces. Each of them have taken refuge, it would seem, into different spaces upon the continent. Humans, which shall now here be referred to as fuel, you'll see written in Corvin, scratched out Aunt Vonti, have spread themselves across the continent, each one worshipping in a different manner. Update. It would seem that the unity of these spirits is far greater than I could have ever suspected. For some reason, the ambitions of these individuals do not seem to spur beyond. The numerology of the ley line is specific to the orange, however, and yet they are resistant, it would seem, to ambition's call. There is too much peace. I shall have to concoct other means in order to coax out their ambitions. They've even built embassies in each other's territories, representations of the unified spiritual force. Perhaps an outward threat or two shall spur them to rise to the occasion. Update. Unfortunately, it would seem that my initial attempts in order to spur their ambition has done quite the opposite. They have become stagnant in their strength. I do not wish to see them destroyed. Therefore, I shall have to find another means in order to enact it. Perhaps an introduction of a few foreign agents, or perhaps a disease. I shall have to continue my travels to perhaps find something more suitable for this particular situation. The other projects require my expertise. A few more gaps. Huzzah! I have finally uncovered a way to coax out their ambitions. It would seem that the Aunt Vonti, despite what they believe of themselves and the unified sense of their spirits, do not do well, in fact, in xenophobia. Therefore, I shall spur on these prejudices. And from them, there shall be war, and from war, the ambitious will begin to make themselves known. I believe it is pertinent, however, to keep a contingency. It would seem that the Fiend has finally begun to realize my presence to be truly what it is. I cannot have this king rise up in any way that may yet ruin the project. Therefore, I shall see him chained, separated from the other spirits. I shall have to take on the face and form of a few of the high priests of the Aunt Vonti to ensure that his worship is outlawed. It shall take a few decades, but it will be worth the time expenditure, I'm sure. I shall see that he is bound. Who knows? Perhaps his presence may yet become quite the antagonistic one that I require it to be. I shall leave this contingency within the center of the continent. A place that is quite beautiful to look at, rife with verdant green and minerals, and indeed, concentrated pockets of mana which have been very, very good in fueling the experiments that I have inputted. However, I believe it is important that if we are to make any sort of progress, I will need to cut off this mana. I shall seek to make sure that the proper parties are blamed. Cuts forward. Alright, so you've discovered one contingency. There is a contingency within the Demon Wastes. I'm going to make a separate map. You guys still with me?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, I am 100% locked in right now. I'm literally sitting on the edge of my seat.
Uh,
I'm starting to think I'm the madman with all these notes.
Yeah.
Ugh.
get a quick sip of water. Stretch out those fingers. Round 2 coming up.
No, it's time for Red Bull.
Or yeah, whatever you need.
Inject the
Supplements.
caffeine right into my veins.
Supplements. Cocaine.
I still have chicken nuggies.
I find that very funny that that's the reason why I think Agamemnon was sealed, was because he was getting in the way of Tyr.
Well,
I think Saga's confirmed that, or did they confirm that the Whispering King is Agamemnon? One of those two things, or both. I don't really. It's been a while. I need to
what do you
actually go back.
mean? This is the Fiend.
The Fiend.
The Fiend. Call this a crazy hunch. I think the experiment is meant to be the Fiend's contingency. To, like, replace him.
Yeah, a more compliant replacement.
Mm-hmm.
But for whatever reason, he
That'd
couldn't
be
get to
interesting.
speculation.
Yeah, because, you know, if that's the case, then it makes sense why he has 500.
All right, you guys see this?
Yeah.
Double checking. Yes.
All right.
Yeah. The T.
T for Tyr.
T for spill it.
T for contingency.
All right, so the first contingency is in the Demon Wastes, and it seems to deal directly with keeping the fifth Advanti spirit under control, referred to as the Fiend. All right, I'm gonna keep going, but whenever I'm done, you're gonna go back and you guys can choose to investigate each of the contingencies as you wish. Okay, sound good?
Yeah.
Because I don't want to shift back and forth between timelines because I don't want to confuse anything.
Of course.
Huzzah.
So- He put
All right.
3 exclamation points after it.
All right, so Alright, it jumps forward to the update. And it states, hold on, I gotta get back into my flow here. Update. It would seem that the Antvanti have begun to believe into their pre-structured mythology. The fifth spirit is referred to as a taboo spirit. A few more decades as their high priest and I will be able to convince them of an evil. However, it would seem that we have visitors to the continent. Elves. Difficult to control. Their long lifespans means that the generational dissonance that normally is employed to enact my plans will be more easily resisted. I shall have to find a method to keep them under control. It would seem, however, that they have remained behind the natural barrier of the Misted Lands. The Great Mountain Range separates them from the rest of the Antvanti. It is also true that I will have to adjust my experimentations within the mists. The creatures I have been developing there cannot be discovered by the elves, nor can they be interfered with. I shall have to seal them away. Perhaps I will store them at the Grove. There's another skip. It would seem that my plans for ambitions has received a fortuitous wind. The elves have taken it upon themselves to begin to construct circles. They must have brought over their druidism. This is an excellent opportunity for me to infect it as one of their archdruids. I shall have to carefully observe their methods. Elves are easier to fool than humans, after all. Another skip. I have successfully separated the Druidic faith from that of the True Green. I have augmented their laws to ensure that they remain somewhat behind the curve. This will be important, as I intend fully to integrate them into the Antvanti religion. As of right now, it would seem that the two are at a somewhat rival odds with each other. This is good. This will spur ambitions, and perhaps we will coax the orange out of its prism. But if not, I shall see the two of them combined. Better that I have a strong force. Perhaps we will find one of the other continents to invade. Only time will tell. It skips again. A minor setback. It would seem that the Council of Maltos has been demanding more of me from late. As such, I am unable to spend as much time as I would like upon my projects. Project 5 is in a delicate state, one that requires time and careful management. I believe, however, that this is a proper chance to test out one of my apprentices. I am not sure which one I will choose, but perhaps I will make them fight for it. Once done, I shall send a spire. Who knows? Perhaps an apprentice's presence might yet prove to reveal something to me that I have not noticed. Or at the very least, perhaps I may drive them mad from their failures. After all, the continent needs something to rise up against. There's another gap skip. I'll let you guys catch up. I need to read something real quick.
And breathe.
So Aurora, you don't have any spells to understand the gaps, maybe? Hmm?
No, but I could pick some up. But holy crap.
I also think we might need to take this to Nigel as well, these notes. Because I think this might have been one of the things he was actually looking for.
I think this is a lot even for us. Like, just.
Did you remember what he said about suspecting something that he was looking for? I think it might be this.
Maybe. The overarching story is fucking Tyr.
The overarching story is Tyr.
God damn. Like, he's the reason elves are shit in this continent. Kinda.
Elves are difficult to control. Nah, but seriously though, the
But they
revelation.
are easy to fool. God damn it.
Yeah. Looks at half orc.
Oh yeah, she hasn't been a half orc long enough to make that full distinction yet. She knows it, but she doesn't feel it yet.
Yes. Man.
So, do you think the Grove he was talking about was the stillborn one or a different one?
Nice.
It may be.
Sure.
There's
You know
no
what? Let's
direct
activate all the
connection, but-
contingencies. Let's release the Whispering King. How about that?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Embrace the chaos.
Only if we can be part of the Agamemnon campaign.
No.
We just go, okay, back to Saphira. Now we're cracking open that old
Dude,
one.
Let's activate all of them all at the same time. Let's just get a clean slate. You know, let's just restart.
Yeah, let's ruin all of Tyr's hard work.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah,
Actually, you
even
know what?
though
Yes,
this
let's
was
do
an
that.
abandoned experiment. Like, I don't think he
Ah.
gives a shit what happens here now.
Well, I mean,
Dare
dude,
he?
he cares about abandoned experiments and all that because they might still be useful.
I mean, he's got contingencies here, right?
Yes.
Backup plans.
So
We're probably not abandoned.
Our god didn't abandon us.
Father.
but he did horribly mess with us.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Dude, he's the
I wouldn't be
Illuminati, bro.
surprised if he explains how he made the orcs on this continent.
He's the shadow government.
Shadow Wizard Money Gang.
Shadow Gang Money Wizard.
Screw, screw.
Sorry, I'm reading like 100 things at once right now.
Yeah.
Take your time. We're just bantering, speculating.
This is, in fact, a
Ruminating.
lot of shit.
Yeah. Yeah, we opened up that PDF file, didn't we?
Did, man.
think I'm about. Okay. All right. Update. It would seem that I am being challenged on all sides. I abhor politics, but they are quite useful when they need to be. In this case, however, it would seem that I am being strong-armed by the Council. Dezaki believes that my efforts on Project 5 are going to ultimately end in failure, and she also questions my morality. I find that to be quite a bit of a hypocritical approach, considering just how far her righteousness seems to go, but she has insisted upon sending one of her own agents in order to oversee what I am up to. Under the guise, of course, of providing aid. Please. I know a spy when I see one. But perhaps I could turn this to my advantage. The spire has been supplanted within the Razor Cliffs, and as such, is close enough to the elves that perhaps I might be able to finesse this particular apprentice of Dezaki to keep an eye upon the Misted Lands on my behalf. Perhaps by exploring these elves, they may be distracted. Or at the very least, perhaps the problem will take care of itself. It will be some time before the apprentice arrives. Perhaps I'll be able to convince the elves of just how dangerous the cliffs are. Or at the very least, perhaps I can provide another problem for them to deal with. The presence of the apprentice of Dezaki will be quite annoying, but not insurmountable. After all, she is unaware of just how deeply I am integrated into the Andvanti culture. It is only a matter of time before the stranger makes his appearance elsewhere. However, I am concerned. Concerned that perhaps my experiments and my other projects may not yield sufficient results. The other colors have been quite unruly. Extracting them from the prism has been difficult. Whatever pieces I am able to gather are insufficient to face the enemy. I tried to convince Lord Taladon of this, but he does not answer my pleas. He is afraid. The folly of Maltos was a lesson, one that I think I learned more than any of the other council members from. They are too much focused upon the past, preserving, recovering what was lost. What they don't realize is that the world is forever changed, and with each passing, and with each turning of the wheel, it changes irrevocably each time. Dezaki and some of the others may disagree with my choices, but in the end, I will see the enemy defeated. In the end, they will thank me. Alright, another gap forward. It would seem that I have underestimated the hardiness of dwarves. Somehow, they have crossed the astral dark. They have enacted themselves deep within the mountain holds. In fact, it had been some years of their presence before I even noticed it. Perhaps such a thing can be turned to the advantage, however. The dwarves are hardy, focused, difficult to distract than the elves are. They also do not have the same prejudices. Natural tradesmen. I shall have to distract them with their clans. It has been some time since I have impersonated a dwarf. It is also, I will admit, the race in which I am least skilled in doing so. So be it. It seems that I will have to step outside of my comfort zone. But just in case, I shall have to leave a contingency. Their first city is quite magnificent. It could pose to be a threat to me. Therefore, I shall have to do what I can to ensure that it can never rise to do so. And how fortuitous that they have designated to build it in a place of such an ample supply of mana. I do not even believe that they understand what is there. Too worried about the cold, I suppose, in order to see what is hidden within the crystals. And you will see that another... See? Located here.
Oh. It's pretty much Ice Under, right? Or is it above?
Correct. It is
Okay.
the Ice Under. The cavern system of the Ice Under is actually the first dwarven city.
Sick.
Okay. Next up, there's another gap. Update. It has been quite curious to me of just how pernicious these humans are. The Antvanti have taken upon themselves to begin natural development of magic. To watch the development of magic is quite something indeed. I have walked amongst them. I have found the most promising users of magic, and I have put them in such a situation that they may compete with one another. The Antvanti have taken to it, and indeed have begun to develop a culture around it. It seems that they have a natural penchant towards building. These ziggurats, as they are built not only as palaces, but also, it seems, arenas, in which those magically inclined may compete against one another in feats of strength, of sparring, and against great beasts. Each of the spirits, it would seem, have even taken upon themselves to enact a sort of sub-cult of magic users. I have walked amongst them, and I find it quite curious that humans with the shortest of the lifespans would refer to themselves as eternal, each one referring to a dawn of some kind. Perhaps there is a mark of the seer amongst them, for the dawn certainly refers to a plan of mine. Now, whether this is intended, or rather just a mere trick of coincidence, I shall have to keep a close eye. I must ensure that the Antvanti do not go the way of those that once served the Cyclops. I shall not have the Vega and its insipid revelation make their way here. Alright, give you guys a bit of a gap there. Alrighty. Update. My experiments upon the other projects appear to be growing into fruition, but time is running out. With each new iteration, with each new evolution of the Seven, the defeat of the enemy eludes my grasp. The colors continue to be difficult. It is obvious to me that they are the solution, but I cannot reach them. I feel as though I am an ant trying to unravel a shoe. The great mechanisms in order to do so, beyond even my strength. But I will not despair, for some of the projects have begun to produce much. In the wake of the graveyard of Aelenclast, I have uncovered quite a bit from our predecessors. It would seem their penchant for the colors is something that I may yet to employ. I have also taken it upon myself to begin to experiment with disaster. If this project is to bear any fruit, and the orange is to be coaxed, I must give these people a need for something more than their simple lives. Their happiness is stagnation and complacency. I need them to go to war. But how? They will not war with each other. They are too united. The dwarves keep to themselves, and the elves yet remain protected. I shall have to concoct an enemy for them. Something powerful, yet slow, easy to defeat. Something with many rules. And there is a gap. Alright, here's the big one. Rest up your hands.
Carpal tunnel. I can feel it.
Flex them fingies.
Yeah, I think. What were the stretches that Van told me to do? I think it was these. Ready when y'all are.
Okay. Here we go. inspiration. After thinking on it for a decade or so, I believe that I have uncovered the path ahead. Up until this moment, I have been tricked by my own need for perfection. The Antvanti, their flaws are limited. They believe in simple things, in unification. I had thought that these traits would be good, in the hopes that they would use to have further ambitions to build themselves up, much like we Maltosians. However, it would seem that they have taken to the simpler things. As such, I have deemed that the solution is quite simple. They have abundance. I shall provide scarcity. At the access point, within my main laboratory, an island to the northwest, I've concocted a method that shall stifle the ley lines. One that I shall place under the guise of the Druidic Order. Therefore, in case in the future it is discovered that the elves will be blamed, and if they are blamed, then this will produce yet even more contention, and give more chance to ambition. However, in order for me to properly cause this to occur, I shall need some method in order to gather the sources of this ambition. If the orange does fluctuate and make its appearance, I shall need some way in which to gather it. I shall have to reflect on this some more. A much smaller gap. Genius. I already possess the Antvanti's original calibration code, that in which to create their bodies. I will simply enact this lesson from Asengult. I shall remix in my own presence. A bit of stranger's blood has done wonders in the past. All I must do is infect the blood of these new Antvanti. It shall take approximately one entire generation to ensure that it takes hold, but once it does, I shall then fluctuate the ley lines. This will cause their marks to appear. They will become powerful sorcerers, and will naturally rise within the ranks of their people. They will compete, they shall increase their power, they shall feed into the mark. I shall, of course, however, adjust the ley lines, so that with each new mark, and each new explosion of power, that it will take more and more of the balance away. This, of course, will gain the druids' attention. War is inevitable. Indeed, I shall leave it to take care of itself, as my other projects become more worrisome. But before then, I shall ensure that this apprentice does not interfere. Therefore, I shall have to go to him in guise, offer a reward for his ruling of the Razor Cliffs. I believe I still have the mask of one of the handmaidens of Deva-Ki. Go there, infect him, give the Razor Cliffs something to worry about. His influence over them have made them too efficient. I've already begun to see all sorts of remnants of their technological advancement. Of course, Deva-Ki would give away such technologies, not realizing that her act of kindness is in fact interfering with their natural evolution. Their ambitions might be subverted with knowledge. I cannot allow this, not if I'm to spend a long time away from the continent. Therefore, I shall ensure that these alchemists that the apprentice has caused shall be too busy fighting him to focus on the rest of the continent. But I must be sure. Therefore, I shall place something within the tower. Within that spire, I shall place one of my most powerful crimes. A contingency to ensure that just in case my infection does not work, that they are given something truly dangerous to worry about. You guys okay?
Perhaps.
Still picking my jaw off the floor.
Okay,
Yeah.
I thought I was muted there for a second.
No, you weren't.
Yes, yes, Arcade, you were muted. Can you see the whole thing again? No. Contingency 3 is a crime.
One of his most powerful. I'm guessing his infection worked. Considering what we know of the Wayward Tower and stuff like that, but again,
I mean,
speculation.
oof. So, correct me, so, like, I have a hunch about all these contingencies, that all these contingencies are on. And all that from
Some of them, some of them have definitely been activated already.
I'm looking at 3 of them and all that they've seen, and these are like on.
Definitely the first dwarven city.
Well, isn't the crime? Isn't there a crime in Wayward Tower?
Yeah, that is the contingency.
Yeah. Is that on yet?
Isn't
No?
the Under Ice place where the Fey Gate is, or is that a different place?
No fucking clue.
I don't know that knowledge of said character.
Okay. Sorry, I just had to double check some stuff.
Mhm.
Alright, you guys good? Got lots more to go over here.
Yeah, we got 4 more.
I know
There's one there.
I know it's a lot of lore, so
Yes.
you know what's
Here
you know
is
what's
the brass
you know what's really cool about this? Just a quick thing aside. I only mentioned it because I think unfortunately this episode was lost. So in Conflux, when Curio was below Primus and he was able to kind of
was lost.
tap in, he was tapping
Yeah.
into it. He actually found out about the apprentice that's here in the Wayward Tower.
That's right.
Yeah,
Oh.
so it's pretty cool. Just a
Yeah.
little bit of side stuff there.
Yeah, and to all you in Twitch that who are upset when I didn't ask good questions and all that. Yeah, here's your lore now.
Okay. All right. Update. It would seem that some of the other continents have begun to challenge the abyssal ocean and the leviathans within. Their attempts to cross, however, are difficult. The festival, lasting only a week, does prevent any sort of travel for those that do not know the way. But just in case, I need to ensure that my Envanti are not influenced by outside sources, not until they are ready. Therefore, I shall have to come up with some way in order to keep them at the southern side of the continent, where I suspect that is where these travelers are going to come from. I will also need a method in order to defeat their devices. I have plotted the most likely courses that they would take to cross, the most likely which of being is, of course, from Kalkatesh. Therefore, in order to ensure that they do not cross successfully, I shall need to blanket the area in a substance that will defeat their sextants and their magical divinations. I have developed such a substance that I think will be most effective in twofold. Not only will it serve as a useful deterrent to those finding their way, but I also believe it would be a useful substance that, once addicted to, can control certain individuals. In fact, I would even go so far as to try and make it an acceptable form of addiction, perhaps even integrate it directly into society. Yes. I shall refer to this as silver salt. I shall plant it along the southern coastline. I shall also ensure that the Antvanti are surrounded by it. I shall have to pretend to be one of their high priests for some time to ensure that it is accepted by their culture. But this substance shall give me the penchant that I need to keep an eye on things. Okay. Another gap, and then blast it all. It is not often that I make mistakes, but it would seem that I have done so. I did not enact, nor even begin to think of what effects such silvered salt would have with the ley lines under the influence that I have put them under. The fluctuations have caused entire storms to be summoned upon the now silvered coast. I had intended to be controlled veins, and it has now exploded all over the coast. I have cleaned up what I can from the other places to ensure that its influence is limited, but I have found that my original plan of divination has done nothing but to watch the situation exacerbate. Therefore, I shall have to plant a contingency to ensure that silver salt and its secrets are not unveiled. I shall place it within the stones. I shall erect them. Who knows? Perhaps it shall stir the ambition of those scholars to understand their meaning. Contingency here. Silver stones.
That's referring to the secret of silver salt.
It is referring to burying the secrets of silver salt. And is to prevent knowledge. Oh, and also to entice the ambition of scholars to discover that secret of knowledge.
Like we are now.
Man, imagine a party gets captured by the church and they read our minds.
They blow up. They blow up.
Yeah, we would just be killed.
Yeah.
And then those who divined our minds would be killed as well.
Alright, and here we go. The next bit of Tyr's writings. If it isn't one thing, it is another. It would seem that my predictions were incorrect. They did not approach only from the south. Some have crossed the abyssal ocean, but I could never suspect that there would be an amber wielder. To see this individual approach coming from the far, far penchant of the east, and bearing not only that, but the sons of the apathy. Terrible. My old mistakes coming to haunt me. My other projects limit my interaction, however. And although it has not yet come to pass, the divination is clear. A wielder of amber will come from the east, bearing with it a failed experiment of my own. I shall have to prepare. Carefully prepare. Foreigners are beginning to find their way, and some of the Antvanti are splitting off in order to make their own cultures. I believe it is pertinent to allow this split from the Antvanti, as they will challenge one another. But if the Amber Wielder arrives, they may yet discover my presence. This cannot be allowed. The gods of Kalkatesh are paltry compared to the might of Maltos, but they are not inconsequential. I must find some way to ensure my experiments continue. The colors, their power brought from the prism. The final gamble is approaching, one I may not yet return from. I shall have to ensure that my final contingency remains in place. That should I meet death in a very direct sense, that I am able to ensure my work is finished. I shall need another presence. I shall need one and then Tyr, you can see, starts to write a bunch of arcane text. Brilliant! I've discovered it. There is only one way to ensure that my experiments keep running. I shall have to enact a system in which the two forces will eliminate one another. The ley lines have been made sick. This shall increase ambition. The druids shall attempt to fix them. The Antvanti are too close to them. The foreigners will have knowledge to resist it. Therefore, I shall replace knowledge with fervor. I shall replace ignorance with faith. I shall build a religion. One that is not practiced by the ideologies of the Antvanti natives, but one with a penchant for true and utter destruction and control of information. My journeys to Valkus have shown me just how effective such a religion can be. I shall have to ensure, however, that it remain vague enough that it is adaptable. I shall plant within it dogmas that contain the arcane treatise of Maltos. Their prayers will do naught but to power my experiments. I shall call it the Church of Light. And then after that you can see all sorts of evidence of litanies of religion that are in fact transcribed in the Corvin language in such a way to enact words of power. That the faith that this church produces does not go to a deity, but rather to fuel the experiments that Tyr has enacted to ensure that ambition will continuously be supplanted and then extracted from those that bear the sorceress mark. And the final contingency of Tyr is to ensure that my experiment shall continue, hitherto fold. I shall leave one more here.
Ugh.
God damn.
Don't tell Dark Sermon.
I'ma do it.
Don't you do it.
All right, and the contingency in that area is referred to as the light of the end.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah, man.
that's a good name.
Scary.
So the purpose of like the
Hold on,
light.
I got more to go over.
Oh shit.
Oh no.
Okay, and with the fifth contingency revealed, Tyr's final words are, I write down these words, though my mind still slips from my grasp. The enemy is upon us. I do not know if I was correct. I do not know if anything that I have done is... I must not doubt. The iteration is coming to its end. Our final chance is here. The violet eyes have been lit. But what if we are not enough? I must save as many places as I can. And if we are successful, I must ensure that such things shall not happen again. I shall place a final gift in each of my projects. We must ensure that should the enemy be defeated, that never it rises again. We must understand the colors. We must understand the prism. Therefore, I shall enact the numerology of each of my projects, of each continent, and I shall ensure that there will always be an eye kept upon it. You will then see the markings of a spell so complex that it hurts your mind to even comprehend it. But what you were able to enact is that Tyr cast a spell that affected the ley lines of the planet of Verum. And that is the final entry that you find in his journal.
Damn.
So,
Man.
now you can ask questions for clarification, and I shall reveal as much as I can.
So the one right before this last one, it's the religion it made. It was to feed the cycle of to get more ambition or to power all of the things he has going on.
So, the church was created to be an antagonistic force against druids, who would naturally seek to... Okay, so Tyr realized that people were getting along too easily. There was no ambition occurring. So, Tyr disrupted the ley lines in the Isle of Mana, which is to the northwest. Disrupting the ley lines, he then also implanted his own blood into the Aunt Vonti generational pool. By doing so, the sorceress mark that sorcerers are born with is actually there from Tyr, that has been designed magically to take ambition from those that sequester it around them. So it is the method in which ambition is taken. And so, in order to ensure that the druids would be unable to restore the ley lines, he went into their religion and removed their knowledge from the Green Pantheon, so that they would not actually know how to do it properly. But also, as a secondary insurance, with foreigners arriving on the continent which could teach them about the real Green Pantheon, he needed another force to ensure to oppose them. And so he created the Church of Light, whose intention was to be a balancing force to distract the Druids, so that if he should disappear, that his experiment would continue. So Mytheria, who was a part of the Church of Light before it became the Church of Mytheria, would appear to have not been a direct creation of Tyr, but at least an indirect one. Now, what is strange, however, is that as Tyr has kind of drawn away, because all these different pieces of lore indicate that huge time gaps have occurred, so you don't really know what the gap of time between him being here and the events of the final stand are. It could very well be that an entire iteration has passed. But what is clear is enough time has passed that the Church of Mytheria has become the actual church. But the Church of Light, which was the beginning of the Church of Mytheria, would seem to have been a concoction by Tyr in order to ensure that the ley lines would never find balance. And indeed, what is revealed to you is that the very prayers that the Mytherians use, the magic they enact, the power that they call upon, uses their faith to fuel the experiment further.
So their faith fuels the ambition, and then, like, Sorcerer's Marks collect the ambition of those around them.
I mean, I can't answer exactly like that. Got to figure it out, but
yeah,
that is what has been presented, and also why the church members were so susceptible to the orange in the first place, as you may have seen in other games.
Yes, that's what I was thinking about.
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry, I'm enjoying myself.
He's enjoying.
It's always been Tyr.
And also that's, why Tower of Agamemnon is connected to the church, and why, as they have risen up, so too has.
Oh, because everything keeps fueling it, and it's joking everything around. Yeah.
What would happen if we just turned off all these contingencies?
I don't
Dude,
think
let's
these were
do it,
things we
let's
could
do it.
activate. I think they were already in place for said things. Like, they're not buttons we could push. Like, I mean, we could probably go to these places. And
now I will explain to you what the contingencies are. They are not activated. They are not active. The contingencies are there specifically to ensure that the experiment continues. However, it is not exactly clear on what they would do. You could try to research it some more to see if you can figure it out. And depending on what roles you make, I can reveal what might happen should you activate them. It should also be pointed out that each of those are also your Chapter 2 choices.
Oh.
So you should keep that in mind as well.
Oh.
We could do the fuck with the Church of Light. Oh.
Yes.
Oh. Damn.
See, the church and the Silverstone ones are the two that are piquing my interest, and then the Demon Waste one.
I'm not licking salt rocks. I'm going to the church. Excuse you, Sping.
Yeah, let's uproot them.
No, what do you think?
If I'm thinking in character, she would, Aurora would definitely want to, because from everything she's seen, it seems like if there was no Church of Light, or if the Church of Light were to disappear, it'd take time, but it would heal, like Corvallis would heal.
Let's get rid
Not-
of it.
Well, wouldn't we also need to reteach the druids the right way to like show that the green isn't actually what they know? We would need to do that too.
Well, that's not us. That's like we need foreign druids to come and teach. Like none of us have that context. to be
Well,
able
yes,
to
but like we would
influence them.
know to go get them though. The whole point.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
first of all, question: do we want to fix Corvallis?
Yes.
Do we
It's
want
some
to
of our
yes.
own, but yeah.
What a wild thing to ask.
Do we want to solve this problem? You know what? Let's just activate whatever the fuck's in the demon waste, and we just leave. We just
Yeah.
get a boat,
We,
right?
we could
Leave.
just wake up Agamemnon. We could just become the
How about we just
Chain
explore this
Agamemnon.
nexus and see if there's like a not Corvallis option, and just
Yeah, let's-
leave
let's
the
pull-
continent.
Right. Full spirits arise and let's rush to the end.
God damn.
Right.
Yeah, I've been
This
waiting. I've been
is-
waiting to reveal that shit for a while.
Yeah, yeah.
God, have you now?
You,
Because
you okay over there, Jinzo? You haven't said anything in a while.
Yeah, sorry, there is some construction work in the background,
Mm.
so I was muted. But
Okay.
it's very interesting, so
Okay, good.
I
Yes.
was like hyped up.
I'm just
Which
going
one are you
straight
interested
stop.
in doing though?
I mean, I maybe I'm missing some meta information, but I don't even know if we want to stop the experiment. What the heck is the experiment? What does it do?
Okay, I can explain. So the experiment is Tyr's project on Corvallis is to coax out the power of the orange so that it can be stored and used, right? That's what this whole thing is about. That's what all of his manipulations on the continent have been about. Is to try and call out the power of the orange. So the orange is ambition, and it's ambition in its purest form, right? It's not good or evil. It just simply is what it is. It's one of the 7 pillars of creation and existence. However, in order to create enough ambition in order for the orange to appear, takes a lot to do that. And oftentimes it only appears in very small amounts. It's essentially ambition. The orange only really comes out when the greatest desires of people really come to fruition and where they accomplish their goals or fail to do so, so on and so or from a prismatic source, which are sources are rare. So that is what Tyr has done. This entire continent has been designed, at least the people on it have been carefully coaxed and designed by Tyr to create a situation where they are at odds with each other in order to create an engine of ambition so that the orange can be filtered and extracted from it. The extraction method that Tyr has used, amongst others, the main one, is the Sorceress Mark. Which, up until this point, many people believe that the reason that the Sorceress Mark appears the way that it does is because the ley lines are out of whack. And while that is partially true, the reason that they are there is because Tyr put his own blood into the bloodline of magic users. Which then, over the course of a generation, has spread and become a part of the continent. So now, Sorceress Marks pop up on sorcerers, which are magic users that have the highest potential of giving in to their ambitions or being killed by those that have the ambition to stop them.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be that the Anvanti competitions for magic users was the original intention of in order to feed off of it, but once Tyr realized that foreigners were going to start arriving and that ambition could be diluted into unity, he decided to create the Church of Light, which would ultimately hunt down the apostates, which therefore would cause ambition to harbor, because hatred and spite are wonderful motivators for the ambitious.
Yeah.
That's what's going on.
Yeah,
I love it. I love
it's so
this.
much. Holy crap!
Fucking tier.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're telling me all this for orange?
He wants
That's
to
it.
sip on that Sunny D. Yeah.
How dare he?
Mhm.
But if he expects himself to not to return, then he must have a method to use the orange somehow, or not just storing it like so.
I think.
Well, the method was
Well-
because he believed the colors would, defeat the enemy and all that, and like the enemy has been defeated. So like this, I think that's why this is considered a failed experiment.
What is that written history that we know that the enemy's been defeated, or is that like speculation, like out like player knowledge type of thing?
That's player knowledge.
Okay.
Unless you're a foreigner. If you're a foreigner
Or you're
from
Bongo.
Calcatesh, then you know that the enemy was defeated, but you don't know who it is, what it is. Like, you don't have advanced knowledge of that.
Oh wait, Bongo told the group.
Well, yes.
Bongo got told a lot of things.
Yeah. But yeah, we wouldn't like. Yeah, we would have less of a scope than from us foreigners and all that.
I mean, but do we even want to mess with any of these contingencies? Like that's a big question.
Man.
Because
I mean, we also I think that we should take this information to Mr. Gallows, because this is big stuff here. I think he just struck gold mine for his expedition.
Yeah. How about we bring him only the Anvanti stuff and all of that,
yeah,
and we leave
yeah, I
the
feel like
guys
this-
that they're created, and then like a mad wizard.
it's-
Yeah, it fuck with you. Yeah, I think
there's a lot here that would hell even change what we consider in this, like what our characters consider,
Society.
because
society has been orchestrated.
Man. Okay, so
I
which one are we
mean,
collectively interested
Not
in?
all of it, but a lot of
Oh
it.
well,
a lot
Yeah.
of it, yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
there's a couple of things that Tyr didn't have his hand in, like the development of the Barrow King, for example.
Mm.
Mornhowl, things like that. Those are all the results of the Antvanti splitting off. Like, for example, the people of Mornhowl are a direct Antvanti descendant because they retained their spiritual worship. They just changed it to weapons. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, Tyr is not omniscient or omnipotent, right? But he is what would happen if a character made it high enough level to 20th level. This is the kind of shit they do. That's what being 20th level is like. So,
dude, we need to get there.
so yeah.
Play God. Not play God, but like, you know.
My point is
Yeah.
is that yes, a lot of the situations and the overarching themes of Corvinus were constructed by the Mad Wizard because he was intending it to a specific purpose. The big question is, the fuck are you gonna do about it?
Fucking jack shit.
Like in character, not a character. 'cause
I'm
like,
I'm
like,
I'm
a
just
character,
I'm
I
super.
want to leave this alone.
I honestly am just super fucking happy.
Yeah.
I got to reveal everything. Well, not everything,
So
but
s-
a lot.
Mhm.
But
Yeah,
yes,
a lot of it. So
Uh,
sorry we wasted 1 hour before we
Okay.
got to this.
an hour and a half. Let's be clear.
Fair enough.
One thing I would like to say is Aurora would try to make notes with the scribe's kit of as much of this as she can,
Yeah, that's fine. That's
Just-
as just as much of this she could understand.
well, more importantly,
speculate.
make notes and copies of the contingencies.
it's really, man, if one of you guys had that read anything ability, God,
Well,
I
I
would
mean-
have needed another session to do all that shit. 'Cause there's a lot more here.
Technically speaking, I could just go. Could I just go learn comprehend languages?
That doesn't
Real
help.
quick? No. Okay. Tongues? No, that wouldn't work either.
No, no.
Damn.
This
The warlock ability to read any language is a very
Fuck.
specific
Oh, I
power
know.
they have.
Oh, I only had I had to speak with people.
Well,
Yeah, you had to
maybe
speak
when
one.
we could come back at level 7, or I could just put these notes away and
Just
be
come
like,
back.
take
Come
that
back.
one.
I mean,
I go
you
buy
could
the-
take the tomes with you.
Okay.
Oh
Alright.
dear God.
Oh, they're
Is that-
tomes,
is that-
not just.
Well,
spread
you
notes.
were reading a journal. Like that's what you were reading.
Okay. All right.
What is there? There wouldn't be anything in here on like Brass Baron, right? Because that's like really, really recent.
That's
This
super
is
recent.
probably
Yeah.
before that.
Yeah,
That's-
super
that's-
recent.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, tier stuff
So
is way before that.
so essentially, tier. The last entry is the creation of the Church of Light, which is about 500 years ago.
Shit.
Damn.
So, because remember that the Church of Mytheria, before Mytheria became Mytheria, was the Church of Light. It's kind of like how Judaism became Christianity. See what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Yep.
But like touching on that ambition stuff.
Yeah.
And then where do we? Is it common knowledge for like the Brass Barons' upbringings on like where it's come from? I don't know.
Okay.
Okay, I'm mainly asking at like I don't know, out of character shit. I'm making connections maybe
Yeah.
that are
which
irrelevant.
I probably can't answer. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I because it would be like, oh, this guy came up from nothing, and he's filled with ambitions. I don't know. All right. Anyway, continue.
Damn.
Anyways,
brain's
out of
going.
character,
Sorry.
out of character, I want to leave this all alone and give as much orange as possible and all that. But in character, I truthfully I don't know, Bongo probably most interested in the Church of Light.
Not in what's going on in the Demon Waste.
No.
Interesting.
Well, I mean, let me put it this way. Yes, but he would want to leave that alone, if anything.
Yeah. Could
'Cause-
make it a bigger problem.
Yeah.
Because holy crap, though. Because part of me also wants to look into the Silver Stones as well.
Yeah.
But that's just like that's just like Aurora aspect of it.
What was okay? A Wielder of the Amber came from the east, or like some sort of amber thing.
If it came from the east, they probably landed somewhere near the Fallowlands. Or if they went to, I don't even know. We're missing too many pieces to properly speculate that.
An
Yeah.
elephant, perhaps? Hmm?
No,
Elephant?
no.
What?
The Conqueror, of course.
No.
The wielder of
Well, didn't
Amber.
you mentioned a descendant of the Cyclops? Isn't that what the elephant
no.
people are, or something like that?
No. It was not a descendant of Cyclops. No. It was I think Tyr wanted people who don't follow the path of the Cyclops.
Yeah.
Which are
what?
the Vega, aren't they? And the Cyclops?
Yeah.
The
I don't need.
Cyclopean?
What is that? Does anyone know what that is?
It's sight, isn't it? Like the Cyclops thing, is they're able to view.
All right,
Fine.
that's out of character stuff, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And all
Yeah,
that
okay.
stuff.
Speculations. But yes.
If we wait, do we need to make a choice now?
You don't have to do anything.
Oh, okay.
You can
Oh,
read.
these are like season 2.
You can research the contingencies if you'd like to know more about them and to know what might happen should you enact them,
Hmm.
Well, why don't we?
and also to find out what
look
kind of campaign they would lead to.
Yeah.
Oh,
Maybe we
shit.
miss because I think
Yeah.
we've got 2 for the.
I'm interested in
Good.
the Wayward Tower one.
Demon Waste Your Light. Those are my votes.
You could just research them all first, and then
Yeah, but
Oh,
which
that's
one are we
gonna be
gonna
so
look
hard.
in first? Because we're
Oh.
nearing.
You know,
the-
we could research them all first. It just depends on checks.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, if it's investigation checks, it's gonna be me researching them.
It's gonna be
So
It's gonna be May.
yeah, it's
It's
gonna be
May.
me.
You're
So
demonetized.
would I be able to? Oh, this is probably next session stuff. research into the Tower of Light is probably what I'm gonna try to push for first. If anything.
No, fuck it.
Now that we have
No, we-
this.
Okay, you merged two of them together. You said Tower of Light.
The Church of Light. Sorry. That's what I
We
meant.
just do all of it now.
All right. So I guess
Well-
we're gonna be next time. We're gonna be researching the Church of Light first.
Well, it's like just deciding on an order, but yeah, we'll probably look into all of them first and see what
Yeah.
we had on them all. But yeah. But is that going to be like the recap next week? It's like lore, so much lore, tier.
Lol, tier, lol, lore.
I'm so
Lol.
glad I did the recap this week, so I haven't
Lol,
seen not
yeah.
doing
I'm starting to lore.
Lord all over my back.
Okay.
What?
Okay, let's move on to fan art.
What the fuck?
What the fuck was that?
Okay.
I don't know.
Lord
I don't
all
even
over
realize
my
what I'm
back.
saying at this point. My brain is
Get
fried.
it. Get that in the quotes.
Jesus Christ.
Into that.
Somebody put that in quotes, please.
Okay, well, that's a thing that just occurred. I'm gonna go look for fan art now.
Excellent. What have you got?
They got Aurora's character with lore all over her back. That's then the fan art. It's
Okay, here we go.
5 second art.
We got some fan art right now.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh yeah, we have some fan art from last week.
The show must go on.
Yes. That is me in an internet cafe.
Ah, these stairs go downwards. The more you know. I walk on air. I must be special. Hands players, hands party, open-ended progress.
Oh.
Oh. Elmar exterminates.
Tyr, the art of the deal.
Get rich quick.
Alrighty, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all the support. You guys are great. Just gonna pretend like Lilith didn't say what she just said. Alright. Good stuff. I will see you guys in an hour for Saints and Sinners. Wait.
I think that's right.
Two hours?
An hour.
Who am I?
Like and subscribe.
Where are you?
Where are you? Okay, thank you. Like and subscribe on the YouTube. Do all that stuff. Good job. All right, I'll see you guys in an hour. Bye-bye.
Bye.